Enduro freaks, mountain bikers, hey, D Tidwell, Enduro MTB training, coach of the Eddie Fox factory race team. Hey, hope you had a great summer. We're able to use a lot of the training that you did in the spring, early summer, to really have a great summertime, whether you're just riding or racing, of course. This time of year is a good year to start to take it down a little bit, start riding less, let that body recover. Of course, I'm a proponent of the 30 days off of your bike, just to give your mind, your body time to relax, get away from the stress of the single plane that we as cyclists, our bodies have to adapt to, and compensations and everything else that take place because of it. So speaking of compensations, this time of year, we tend to get a lot of anterior, lateral, and posterior hip issues. And so today, I'm going to show you 4 different stretches, myofascial stretches, which are just simply stretches that take the muscle, belly, and also the fascia into a good stretching moment. The particulars are important, so pay attention. But first, let's do an anatomy lesson. Okay, peeps, here's our anatomy lesson. First one we're going to do, it's called the rectus femoris muscle. It starts above the hip joint, comes all the way and attaches right in down and through the kneecap. Second that we'll do is the big old adductor magnus muscle. This muscle here attaches up on the ischium, on the pelvis, comes all the way over to the femur. You can see how big it is. Now this one's important because if your glutes are weak, you'll get those kind of groin strains and those groin pulls, and that extra groin soreness, for example, when you're doing squats. So we'll go from that, we'll go to 3 hamstrings. Got 3 of them. We're going to hit your medially, your semitendinosus muscle that goes from the bottom of your ischium down to your knee. Then we're going to hit your middle one is, oh, that's the other semimembranosus. The middle one is more semitendinosus, also attaches here and goes down to the medial of the knee. And then we got our biceps femoris, which is more laterally and attaches in the same place, comes down and attaches laterally on the knee. And then lastly, we're going to hit our TFL, or tensor fasciae latae, attaches up here on the hip, comes down. You can see it right here, just this little guy, but it can wreak a lot of havoc. Okay, so those are the ones we're going to go through, and I just wanted to give you an idea muscularly what it is we're going to be working on. All right, there's the anatomy lesson. Let's go learn some stretches. All right, let's get started with your stretches. First up, the rectus femoris. Remember, that's the one that goes up here, comes all the way, attaches right here on your knee, on your kneecap, on your patella tendon. So it crosses your main hip joint. All right, so that's important for us. Now, pay attention to the little idiosyncrasies. So on this one, this is a tough one for us cyclists. So this is going to probably be a little bit painful. You can use, if you can't grab your ankle, then you can use a wall to put your foot up against, or maybe a bench, something like that. But essentially this stretch, I'm gonna get in this position here where my foot is at about 110 degrees out, 90 to 110. I'm gonna put my hand down, my hand flat, and I'm gonna grab my foot around the top of my foot and essentially push my pelvis, there's my idiosyncrasy, push my pelvis to the floor while tucking it at the same time. So I'm trying to tuck it round my lower back to increase the stretch. And you're going to feel a huge stretch. That's about as far as I could go because I'm really tight right now for my leg workout. Okay, so we can do this. You can also do this. You can grab the other side and you can do the same way, okay? It'll change the stretch just a little bit, but you choose on which way works best for you. Regardless, on myofascial stretching stuff, I want you to hold for 20 to 30 seconds, okay? Because we need to have the muscle and the fascia kind of elongate together. You can even do it in 3 phases. For each of these that I teach you, you can do a 50%, a 70%, and a 100% stretch. And you hold each for 20 to 30 seconds, okay? It's not static stretching per se, don't worry about that, because we're hitting the aspect of the fascia and the muscle at the same time. So you can actually, with this myofascial stretching, work through trigger points and adhesions, which is great. Okay, so that's your rectus femoris. You're gonna love me for that one, because that one doesn't feel that good. All right, now, adductor magnus. Remember, that's that big groin one. Okay, so there's 3 positions that we can do in this, and I'm gonna show you the 3. So the first one, I'm on my forearms, like such, okay? Now, basically, I'm gonna go feet in together. I'm gonna tuck my pelvis, and you're gonna feel that right away in that groin, okay? These are the different fibers. My feet are turned out, and my legs are in, okay? Then we can go straight out, tuck my pelvis, feet are turned out, and then we can go up, and we can go feet out, feet turned out, butt tuck, okay? Now those are the 3 different fibers of the adductor magnus, going from inferior to middle to superior, this one being superior, okay? My superior, these ones are tighter on me. So do the 3 different ones straight and then in, okay, to figure out which one's tighter on you. Again, 20 to 30 seconds on each one, 50, 70, 90 to 100%. It'll really make a difference. That's your adductor magnus. Now we'll go hamstring. Now, we're going to hit the 3 different kinds of hamstrings as well, like I showed you. First, what are we doing here? First, we're doing the semimembranosus, which is, more medial. So on that one, we're going to go foot out just a little bit, 10 degrees or so. Okay, I'm going to do this right side. 10 degrees, I'm going to go this foot in. So if I'm here, I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to go here. All right? So this guy's just relaxed. I'm going to pull this toe in. I'm going to turn this toe in. Oop, opposite, out. Okay, so if my toe is turned out and my toes are pulled in, so externally rotated and dorsiflexed, I'm going to go double and turn in. Okay, so if my foot's out, I'm turning in. I'm actually rotating in. I'm double Spider-Manning, and I'm pushing. Okay, this all creates increased fascia, puts tension on the entire fascia of the system for that one particular muscle, the semimembranosus. Now, I'm trying to squeeze my quad to push the back of my knee down. While I'm doing this, maintaining that, maintaining this. I'm upright. I'm up on my sit bones with an arch in my back, and I'm pushing. Okay, so doing all 3 of those things, and then from there, we're going to go right to the middle and do semitendinosus. This doesn't move, but this comes back in. I'm going to go here, here, same thing, quad, toes are up, pushing the toe out, and we're here, sitting up with an arch, and I'm reaching forward, reaching tall, reaching as far as I can. That's going to hit more of that middle hamstring. And then lastly, we go biceps femoris, which is going to be turned in. It's going to come in just a little bit, and it's turned in, internally rotated, and dorsiflexed. Okay, when my foot is turned in, I turn out. Okay, the opposite of semimembranosus. Okay, so from here, I'm sitting, I'm arched, I'm reaching, and now I'm reaching here, just like such. Okay, so you're gonna, again, we're splitting up the, finding the medial, middle, and lateral muscles. You're gonna find out which one's tightest on you. That's the one you need to do most, okay? So those are the hamstrings. Now, last one, TFL, tensor fasciae latae, we come up here. And you guys know I do all my self-filming, so this is what you get. You get to watch me up close. Try to make this work on a vertical foam roller. Look at that, boom! It's turned in about 45 degrees. I'm gonna take my other leg, I'm gonna step across it, step across it. This is turned in, pretty much straight. I'm leaning a little bit. Now, here's the key. This big toe on this turned in foot, I'm pushing down. I'm pushing my big toe into the floor. Push my big toe into the floor. Now I'm going to turn into the machine. I'm turning my hip left, like such. I'm going to get a big stretch right here in this. Now, you can tuck your pelvis, okay? So I'm actually in that position going to tuck my pelvis to increase the stretch. So I'm pushing down, I'm turning, and I'm tucking that pelvis, and you're going to feel that thing. Whew, that's good. That's sore stuff, for me at least, maybe for you. But that's your TFL, tensor fasciae latae. Okay, so we went all around the hip. Rectus femoris, adductor magnus, 3 hamstrings, TFL. All right? Do those today. Start today. Do them regularly because they will help begin to unwind all this stress that mountain biking has put on you since, what, March, April, May, depending on where you live. And we want to do that so that you can go into a nice break period feeling nice and limber and loose, so that come, mid-November, anywhere from November 1 to December 1, when you want to start training, and we'll talk about that too coming up, for 2018 season, whether it's just ride and or race season, you'll have a nice little flexible platform to start from. Okay, so those are your myofascial stretches we did today. Give them a try. Any questions, hit us up at info@enduromtbtraining.com. Always check out our website where you'll find a 90-day, a 6-month, and a 10-month or a full season online training program, as well as our personal coaching options, which is awesome. And I'll be taking applications for those personal coaching opportunities for you, opening soon. If you have any questions about that, hit me up now so I can put you on the list. And a little secret. I have a mountain bike specific, non-enduro, so to speak, program coming out in November for all you mountain bikers who don't enduro. All right? You guys take care, and we'll talk to you soon.